Hey, it's Mike. I'm back. I'm doing another Vinyl Finds video, and I've got a few here to kind of finish the list. I showed a few last week, and I'm going to show the rest of my stack. First one here, I've seen this shown by Michael 45 Archivist. He showed this just a couple days ago, I think. It's the new Pixies album. So this is their latest, I think their fourth of the or the Pixies 2.0 after Kim Deal left. I've heard it described as the Pixies are back, and this is like back to the old sound Pixies, and doesn't sound anything like the last three albums that they've done since Kim Deal left. But I don't know. I listen to this and it sounds like the same Pixies 2.0. It's fine. It's good. It's not like Doolittle or Surfer Rosa or anything like that. So I don't listen to this and feel like the Pixies are back. It's still the same old Pixies, but it's good. There's a few good songs on it. I really like the song Haunted House. That one stood out to me the most. So far, I've only listened to it a few times. So I've really listened to the first side a few times, and the second side I've only listened to through maybe once so far. But anyway, I'll keep listening to it, and I'll get back to you if I feel like there's anything worth mentioning, or if I come to the conclusion that the Pixies are back with their old sound. But on first few listens, I don't hear it myself. So really nice, beautiful artwork on here, like they've been doing. One thing that they haven't stopped doing is making really nice album covers and inner sleeves. They've always done that since the very beginning. It's on this yellow vinyl. But anyway, the new Pixies album is out, so go check that out. Hopefully, they came through Tucson real quick, and the tickets sold so fast I missed it. So I'm hoping they'll come back through and tour for this album. The concert that they did was just, I don't know, like 6 months ago or so. But I'm hoping that they'll come back through and do a proper tour, and visit Phoenix or Tempe or one of these places out here, because I'd love to see them again. Anyway, that's the new Pixies. This next album, I've had this album since forever. Well, I had an original, I don't know what label it was on, quite frankly, back in those days, but back when I was in high school. I had this record. They were my favorite band at one point, Dead Kennedys, Fresh Fruit for Rotten Vegetables. I sold it way back when, got everything on CD, as the story goes. And then since I've been collecting records the past couple years, I picked up a copy, not this one, I picked up this Manifesto Records reissue, and I've shown this on previous videos, and I joked about the fact that the poster that came with this Manifesto reissue was teeny tiny. This is the so-called fold-out poster, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to get the full-size poster that I remember from having this way back when. But the fold-out poster is just basically a flyer, and the lyrics are right here, and it's so small I can't even imagine with a telescope that you could see or read any of those lyrics. So that was kind of a goof. I guess joke's on me for buying this Manifesto copy, this one here. And they've done a re-release. Manifesto they've got like a new remixed Fresh Fruit for Rotten Vegetables. I don't know, I'm not going to touch it. It's not Jello Biafra approved, and I don't think the band is really getting their fair cut of the money, or at least not Jello is not, and I don't want anything to do with it. I don't really care about a remix. I just want the original. So anyway, a lot of people saw my video and they said, oh, you got to get the cherry red. You got to get a cherry red copy. So that's what I did. I found this reissue 2014 cherry red reissue. Eventually I'll go back and get an original at some point when I'm wealthy. But for now, this will do quite nicely. It's a really beautiful copy, cherry red 2014 issue. To keep these separate, I don't want to mix the Manifesto copy with the cherry red copy. It came with these little flats, 7-inch flats of what the singles look like for these two songs, Kill the Poor and Holiday in Cambodia. And it came with a full-size poster. It actually folds out, and I can read the lyrics, and I'm not going to unfold it right now. But anyway, it's got the proper sized poster, so that's pretty awesome. And then it's just on black vinyl, of course. So Dead Kennedys, I feel like I've got the right copy, and I can sell that other one because it's just a joke. Next one. So that was Dead Kennedys, Fresh Fruit for Rotting Vegetables, and Cherry Red. Next one. This is a best of Bauhaus Crackle, and I've never owned this before. Any kind of I have like a digital copy of this, but I've never owned a physical copy, CD, or definitely not record. I just saw this at the record store not too long ago and thought, oh, I should definitely get this. I'm not a big like best of kind of person, because usually I'll have like all their music on other pieces. I'll have like their albums and stuff, and why do I need a best of? But this is really nice. It's a really nice little deal. 2 records on Beggar's Banquet, and it's got a nice collection of songs. Like, they don't really miss anything on this as far as their selection goes. And I just think it's a beautiful copy, and it's not as good. It's got like 16 songs on it. Here's the Beggar's Banquet labels on it. Sorry for the glare. It doesn't have as many songs like this collection that I've had forever since I got this back in '85. This has like 9 more songs to it, so it's a little bit more complete of a collection. But so this is definitely, if you had a choice, I would definitely choose this one. But that new Crackle compilation is pretty sweet, so I picked that up. Next one, this is a record that I was very fond of back in the day. I remember when this came out and everybody was listening to it. This is right around the time that I moved to Arizona. And there were 2 records that kind of during this year that were like, huge. It was this album, Prodigy, Fat of the Land. This is their 3rd album. And then the other record that was huge this year, the same year in '97, was Radiohead's OK Computer. So they kind of battled. They were both up for a Grammy, and OK Computer won the Grammys, but this one was nominated for it. It's got a few really great songs. It's really good for like industrial kind of dance, whatever kind of music, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the song "Smack My Bitch Up" was a big club hit. I really liked Narayan and Climatize. Climatize. Anyway, just really good seeing this reissue come out. Sounds fantastic. It's on a 2 record set. Here are the inner sleeves. There on XL records, just like Radiohead. 2 records, black vinyl. Prodigy, Fat of the Land. Good stuff. Anything else? Oh, that album won like the Guinness World Record for the fastest selling UK record in history. I don't know. Maybe there's something that's beaten it since then, but back in '97, that was a big deal, I guess. This next one, I've shown records by this band before, Sound of Series. This is a band that came out of Candy Claus, was the original band. Candy Claus was a band out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and they did kind of an electronic shoegaze, kind of dreamy, psychedelic shoegaze kind of music. And I really liked Candy Claus. They only put out 3 albums and then they disbanded. 2 of the members of the band formed this band, Sound of Series, and it's not really the same thing. It's not shoegazy at all, but it's really like atmospheric and a very cinematic sound. Really nice stuff. So this is their latest album. This is their 3rd and newest album, The Emerald Sea. I ordered this off of their Bandcamp. This is the members of the band. These 2 people in the middle, they came from Candy Claus. I think they got married recently, like after they left Candy Claus and formed this band. I think they got married at that point, but I could be wrong, because I didn't know they were married, but they are now. Anywho, really cool stuff. This is the inner sleeve, and it came on this kind of sea foamy, kind of more greenish though, kind of vinyl. Really nice. So that's Sound of Series. Yeah, it just came out this year. Next one, Dead Can Dance. This is their Anastasis album, which is, I believe, what, their eighth. This is their eighth album. They released this after a 16-year hiatus. After they released Spirit Chaser, they took a 16-year hiatus and then came back with this album, Anastasis. That word is a Greek word for resurrection. And 2-record set. It's got the lyrics on the inside, no inner sleeves, really beautiful packaging now, kind of a nice soft kind of texture on the cover, beautiful photography. Yeah, really great album. The song I like the best of this, I can't remember the name of it, of course, which Anabasis? Yeah, I don't know. Strange word, but there's a video on YouTube if you look up Dead Can Dance and Anabasis off this album. It's a really fantastic song. They sound great. I think it's the best album that they did since Serpent's Egg, if you ask me. I'm not really a huge fan of Spirit Chaser, or what is that other album that came out before that one? Anyway, it doesn't matter. 2-record set, really nice stuff. Also, my last video I made, I talked about this album that came through the mail, and they had just slapped a shipping label on it. Well, I decided to just take a closer look at it and see what it looked like underneath the cellophane. And for the price that I got this, it's a double record on 4AD Records. For the price that I got this, I'm never going to find it again at that price. So I just kind of ate the fact that it's got some dings and that the records themselves are perfect. So I just went ahead and kept it because I'm never going to find a copy of this new or whatever at a cheaper. It was less than $20. So I'm just decided to go ahead and keep it as, think of it just, I picked it up a used copy because it's got a little bit of wear and tear, but it's fine. It plays perfect. So what this is this is The Garden of Arcane Delights. This is a 4-song EP that came out after their first album on 4AD. And before their Spleen and Ideal album, 4-song EP. And then what they did also with this release is they added some John Peel sessions, 8 songs from those. And it's got Peel sessions for Ocean, which comes off the first album. It's got what is it? The Flowers of the Sea, which is came off of this Garden of Arcane Delights. And then it's got 2 songs. I wrote them down because I can't, it's hard to read. This is like script and it's hard for me to read. So I had to write it down. But Penumbra off of this. Penumbra is actually an early version of Avatar. And Panacea is an early version of In Power We Entrust the Love Advocated. Both of those songs are off of Spleen and Ideal, and they're fantastic songs, so it's really cool to get a Peel sessions of those before the album came out. So anyway, it's really good. Did I show the inside? I don't know if I did, but you can see the band. You can see Lisa and Brendan there. And really nice stuff. I don't know, really like it. I'm glad I kept it. And then it's 2 records. The Peel Sessions has this black label, and the Garden of Arcane Delights has this kind of off-white record label. Anyway, Dead Can Dance, Garden of Arcane Delights, 1984. Next one, I've got 2 left here, I think. Yeah, 2 left. This one, Stereolab, my favorite band. This is a best of compilation called Serene Velocity. This is a compilation, just various songs from the Elektra years when they were on Elektra Records. Now they put out their own stuff on Duophonic for the most part. Well, Chemical Chords is on 4AD. But for the most part, the bulk of their music in between, like Fab Four Suture and Pang, which was on Too Pure, all the stuff in between that was released on Elektra as their American distributor or whatever. So anyway, this is a compilation of songs from those years, those albums that came in there. It's got Jenny on Violin, which I'm not a huge fan of. I know Stereolab fans they're kind of torn. I don't know. A lot of them like that song. I don't know. They like the old stuff. They don't like the newer, like electronic stuff, but I don't understand that. Cress, which comes off of Transient Random Noise Burst as well. French Disco, this is a good single version of this. There's 2 versions out there that I know of, and they sound really different, but this is the good version as far as I'm concerned. Ping Pong, Wow and Flutter off of Mars Audiac Quintet, and the Wow and Flutter is the single version, which is the better version than the album version. Sibyl's Reverie, or whatever, however you want to call it, Metronomic Underground, and Percolator off of the Emperor Tomato Ketchup album. Brocage, Miss Modular off of Dots and Loops. Infinity Girl, Come and Play in the Milky Night. That song, Come and Play in the Milky Night, that's where I get my little name from for this channel. But that's my favorite song of theirs. Those 2 songs, though, come from the Cobra and Phases group album. Space Moth and Double Rocker come off of Sound Dust, and Vonal Declosion and Southern Stars come off of Margarine Melody. So anyway, really good collection of albums. I think they picked some really decent ones. Of course, they left off a bunch that I would suggest, but you know, it's nice. It's a 2-record set, comes with these inner sleeves. I have this on CD, and I didn't even know, I just wasn't even aware until I just went digging around in Discogs that there was even a vinyl version of this. So I went and grabbed it at a really good price. I'm looking now like on eBay and stuff, and this goes for like $170 in some places. I would never pay that price for a best of record, but I'm glad I got this for around $30. Yeah, so in the CD version, I've had this forever. I had this when it came out, 2006. It's got a DVD deal, so if you plug it into whatever can play a DVD, there's an interview with the band, with Letitia and Tim, at least, and they talk about whatever Stereolab life. So that's pretty cool too. I think you can probably look that up on YouTube. It's probably on YouTube as well. But anyway, last record I have is one of my favorite of all time live albums, Depeche Mode's 101. This was a concert recorded when they played the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, the very last show of the tour for Music for the Masses. And so that was like June of 1988, and played a whole bunch of stuff from like Black Celebration and Some Great Reward, and of course Music for the Masses, because they were promoting that album. They ended the show with Everything Counts, which is a fantastic song live. It's so much, I love that song live. I like it better than the studio version. The reason why they call this 101, Alan Wilder, apparently he had coined or named the album because it was the 101st show that they did on this tour. The very last tour was the 101st show, so they titled it 101. Photography on this, on these sleeves and stuff, by Anton Corbijn, which he's very noted for doing photography for Depeche Mode. Really beautiful booklet that comes with this, and it's got more pictures by Anton on the inside from the tour. I'll show a couple of them, but really beautiful set. This is such a fantastic out. If you like Depeche Mode, which of course I love Depeche Mode, it's just really nice to just go through and listen to this all the way through. It's just such a fantastic just energy, and the selection of songs that they do and their performances are just spot on. It's just awesome. Highly recommend that if you don't have that already. Anyway, that's it. That's my Vital Finds. I hope that people saw stuff that they liked or are interested in looking up, or ask me questions, or just make comments, or tell me what I screwed up and how I butchered the names of things. That's totally cool. And I hope you all had a great weekend, and I guess I'm going to do a video for the Scary album covers. I was going to add it to this, but I think this ran too long, so I'm going to do it separately. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Love you guys. Thanks for your support. See you later. Bye.